started and do a little bit more discovery in the chat this morning. So good morning, everybody. I'm Robert Theobald, Small Business Ombudsman and Vice President of Small Business Services here at the Arizona Commerce Authority. We are glad to have you with us today. So one of the things we like to do when we start is have everybody post in the chat where you're tuning in from. Looks like Tammy already got that started, and also listed industry. So we're going to mix it up a little bit. Post the city you're in and your industry if you can. So I see we got Mesa. We had a real estate business also mentioned in there from Tammy. We've got Phoenix, Yuma. All right, a freelance writer and a photojournalist. Queen Creek. I do some freelance writing and photojournalism on the side as well. It's a lot of fun. Keeps me sane. We got Scottsdale, short-term rentals, Phoenix, Verde Canyon Railroad, Clarkdale. Awesome. Thank you for joining us, Ellen. That's one of those activities I need to do one of these days is get up to there and take the railroad. I heard it's an awesome trip. All right. AM Skills for Holiday, Florida. All right. Thanks for joining us from Florida. Yeah, Lake Havasu Skincare. Chandler Parenting Advice Platform. Thank you, Kay. Everybody's popping stuff in. I keep losing track of where I'm at. All right, we have some media film producers in Phoenix. Taylor also posted a question in there on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being never on camera, 10 being posting a video every day. What's your experience with video marketing? So feel free to answer that. Got Window Rock with us. All right, we've got some responses, a 1, 5, 10. Very little, 8. All right. Well, glad to have everybody with us today. We've got a wide range of people and from different parts of the state. So thank you for joining us. One of the things we like to do is first thank all of our community partners. We cannot do these webinars without our partners, their time, their effort, and their expertise. They're willing to give back to the community to help small businesses with their business and be able to do better. So we appreciate them very much. For those that are new to the boot camp, the Small Business Boot Camp is designed to help businesses prepare, plan, and grow. As I mentioned, our community partners give back of their time to help businesses do that. And this program includes our virtual webinars on Tuesday mornings, occasionally a hands-on workshop, and then we also occasionally do some lunch and learns or other types of webinars to help support small businesses. We also have a content library where we record all the sessions, such as today's session will be recorded, and the recording will be posted in our content library later today or tomorrow. But in that content library, you can find all the previous recorded sessions, well over 300, including the slide decks that correspond with those presentations. So it's a great resource as well. The Arizona Commerce Authority also has a number of other programs to support small businesses and businesses around Arizona. You can find more details on these at azcommerce.com/programs, or you can scan that QR code and it will take you to that page. One of the programs we like to highlight is the Small Business Checklist. We have a lot of new businesses or people wanting to get started on our webinars. So we like to highlight this. The Small Business Checklist is designed for entrepreneurs who are looking to start a business or expand and scale their business to identify the commonly requested licensing, registration, and compliance requirements at the local, state, and federal levels. There's a ton of information on the checklist itself. It's very detailed, lots of links to the agencies and organizations that can help you get the various things done. But we also have a virtual assistant that is educated on that checklist, and you can use that, our virtual assistant, Sally, and her AI to help get that information as well. Sally will pop up on the checklist homepage. You can access by scanning that QR code or going to the link that Faith will post in the chat. So a real quick look at our upcoming sessions. On March 11th, we have identifying your target market. And then on March 25th, we have selling simplified 6 steps to predictable and effective inbound sales conversations. So you will notice on there that there is a week off in between those two. We are adjusting our cadence a little bit. Instead of doing every Tuesday each month, we're going to do every other Tuesday. And during that off week, we're going to highlight one of our great videos from our presenters that you may have missed. And so by joining our webinars, you were added to our newsletter. And in that newsletter, we will send out that information, links to that highlighted session. But we are trying to make sure we bring you the best quality content that can help your businesses. So with that, we're going to jump into today's session. And we have one of our great partners and speakers, Taylor Wellman. She's the founder of Financial Potion and an expert on marketing, video marketing, and where and how to use those in the different platforms. And so today she's going to share with an updated roadmap, which we've done before, but things have changed. And so she's got all those updates. We're excited to have her with us. So Taylor, I'm going to stop sharing my screen and let you take over and take control of the reins.
Excellent. Well, thank you so very much for having me once again. I'm always happy to be here. And we are going through the social media distribution roadmap. Again, if you have any questions throughout the presentation, don't hesitate to post it in the Q&A section. If I'm able to answer it, I will definitely answer, or we'll save it for the very end. So, during this presentation, we're going to be discovering where you should be posting, what you should be posting, and where does your target audience hang out? You want to be strategic in where you're spending your time and investing, your resources, your videos. And so make sure that you're only selecting platforms where your target audience actually is. So just a teeny tiny bit more about me. My name is Taylor Wellman. I am owner of Financial Potion. We work together, my husband and I, and then these are my kiddos, James and Layla. This was our Christmas card last year where we played a take on carolers coming to your door. So we like to have some fun and be creative. But you're not here just to hear about me. We're here to talk about the social media distribution roadmap. This is an image of what the roadmap looked like last year. Now, as we carry on into this year, you can see that it's expanded. It's gotten a bit bigger. But I do not show this to you for you to get overwhelmed to think that you need to do every single platform. Again, I want you to be strategic. I want you to only post to the platforms where your target audience is. And the other biggest thing is to stay consistent. And so when you choose which platforms you're going to be posting to, it's important to stay consistent. So if you can only post to one once a week, stick with that, do it really, really well, and then you can add on and do different platforms. You'll also notice here that there's a step 1 and a step 2. You only have one requirement, and that's on YouTube. But before we dive deep into the social media roadmap, I want you to take a screenshot of this. This is kind of like a worksheet for you. You're going to answer the first 3 questions, and then you'll be able to answer the rest by the end of this presentation. So number 1, is my business B2B, so business to business? Are you only working with fellow business owners? Someone said they can't see my slides. Can you see, everyone see my slides? Can I get maybe a thumbs up or a yes? Okay, perfect. So Mindy, maybe it might be a sign in, sign back on, sign off, sign back on scenario. Apologies, you can't see the slide. Thank you, Brooke, for acknowledging you can. So B2B, business to business. I'm a B2B business. I only work with fellow business owners. I'm not doing weddings. I don't do family photos, although one client has conned me into doing that somehow, but typically that's not what we do. B2C, business to consumer, those are people buying products. So those are people who are buying perfumes, they're buying purses, they're getting their nails done, their hair done. So things that are more consumer based. My average age of my ideal client is, you want to have that top of mind as well, because that's then going to vary on which platforms to focus more on. And then the mindset I want my prospect to be in when they see my content. Mindset is also very important because these different platforms will have potentially the same person across different platforms, but we're going to be discussing that they're actually in a different mindset. And so depending on the mindset you want your prospects to be in will also depend on what platform to post to. And then, like I said, the rest of this will be answered by the end of the presentation. So the first step is you need to create videos. And by the end of this presentation, you'll have a clear idea of the types of videos you should be producing. And then you need to make sure you are search engine optimizing your videos for YouTube and Google. And whenever you're producing videos, we always suggest that you want to record horizontally. So you want to record landscape horizontally and then just edit for vertical. If you only record vertically, you're actually limiting your options, and you're going to make it a little more difficult to be able to leverage both of the horizontal and vertical look for your content. And so I'm all about leveraging what you do and not wasting time. And so a way to do that would be always record horizontally in like 4K or larger, and then you can always edit for vertical. So now you have that one piece of content, two types of videos. So this is why every single person needs to be on YouTube, whether you're B2B or B2C. And it doesn't matter what your target audience is, because literally everyone's on YouTube. This is the statistics for the United States, people within those age groups. And you can see between the ages of 15 to 56 plus, every person is on YouTube. Everyone's going on YouTube to either be entertained and mostly also to learn something. People go onto YouTube to try to find answers to things. It's the second most used search engine. Yes, it is a search engine, and it's the second most visited website worldwide. The first most used search engine is Google, which has owned YouTube since 2006. And so Google will populate a lot of YouTube videos in its search results. So YouTube is very picky on making sure that you are using all of its tools. And so you want to first make sure that you have an optimized YouTube channel. And I know we've done a course on this in the past, so definitely look at the archives of past courses we've done to find that setting up your YouTube channel course that we've done. And you would want to use Chrome as your browser. Chrome is owned by Google. And again, the more you stay in the same ecosystem, the less likely you are to have bugs. And then have all your graphics fit your brand guide. When someone's going from your website to your various social media platforms, you want them to feel cohesive and that they're definitely in the right spot. And then complete all the about sections and verifications. Like I said, YouTube is a little picky about you using all of its tools. And so you want to make sure that you are filling out that about section and all the verifications. Then you're going to want to download the free extension called TubeBuddy. TubeBuddy is really going to help you with some of the SEO steps, and it's also going to give you an SEO score. And so whenever you are about to do a video or whenever you upload a video, you can check your SEO score to make sure you're getting an 80% or better. There were a few of you who mentioned like an 8 or a 10 that you have been posting videos regularly. Check your SEO score. Click on those particular videos once you have TubeBuddy downloaded, and it's going to give you an SEO score. And even if that video is not at an 80% or better, you can go in and do the SEO steps and then rank up that score. And so you do not, and you should never delete videos off of YouTube. Instead, just add some of those SEO elements and enhance the score. And then lastly, you're going to want to complete upload defaults in order to save you time. I'm going to briefly go through what the SEO steps are for video on YouTube, and you're going to see that there's 2 fairly tedious steps or 3 fairly tedious steps that actually can be taken care of within your upload defaults. So these are all the steps that you need to take in order to have a fully search engine optimized YouTube video. Number 1 is we have our title. You are allowed up to 100 characters within that title section. However, only 70 is that like special number to make it search engine optimized. And then you also want to make sure that the first 30 characters are catered to the viewer, because when they're on the YouTube wall, they're only going to see like the first 30 characters when they're scrolling to see if they want to click on it. And so you want to make sure that those first 30 are attracting the viewer. It's making them see that you're going to answer a question that they might have, or it's something that's adding curiosity. And then you can use the final 40 characters in order to cater to SEO. And so keep in mind that the number one used search phrase is how to. People want to know how to grow their business, how to sell their house, how to paint their nails, how to cut their hair. People want to know how to do things. And so the more that you can put how to into your title, the better. Then you have your description section. You need at least 2,000 characters in there, and you're allowed up to 5,000 characters in that box. So that's less than half. I know a lot of people kind of go like, oh my gosh, 2,000 characters. But it's written in a 4-part format, and part 3 and 4 can actually get taken care of in your upload defaults. But let's first talk about the first step. So the first part is just a restatement of the title. So let's use an example of how to grow your business. How to grow your business with financial post and video marketing. So then we'd have on the first part, learn how to grow your business with financial post and video marketing. And then you want a call to action. So schedule your strategy session with a link for people to be able to click and schedule. Most of you on here are not here to just be YouTube creators. And so we want to have that call to action and push people to that next step. So tell people what you want that next step to be. Part 2 is where you would put key chapter points. So key moments. If the video is longer than 3 minutes long, we advise you add chapters. So these chapters are sections within the video that you're going to index and make searchable on their own. And so let's use this example of how to grow your business with video marketing. Maybe in 00.00, we teach what is video marketing. And then at a minute 50, so you do 01.50, we have how to script your marketing videos. So notice, again, I used how to and then script your marketing videos. Now, not only is that video having the potential to get found for its individual video, it also has a chance to get found for each individual chapter. So if someone's on Google and they're like, hey, how do I write a marketing video? They will have a pop-up say, you might want to look at this section in this video because it matches. And then as a part of part 2, you want to put more information about that particular video. So this is where if you write scripts, you can literally copy and paste that script into there, or at least provide just a summary or a synopsis. Part 3 and part 4, I mentioned, can be taken care of from your upload defaults. Part 3 is your general explanation of your business. Who are you? What is it that you do? And then part 4 is your stay connected section to tell people to go to your website, your social media accounts, and to stay connected. So it doesn't matter whether that video is an educational video, a testimonial, or a review of any sort. They still want to have all that information. They still need to know who you are, what is it that you do, and how to stay connected. So that's where part 3 and part 4 can get taken care of with your upload defaults. Now we have tags. So tags, these are not hashtags. These are keywords that you want the video to be connected with and to get found for. And one thing you really do need to pay attention to is the common spelling errors. If people regularly get your name or your business name misspelled, you want to put those in the tag. So if someone is putting in that misspelling in Google or YouTube, then your video can populate. Custom thumbnail. So really the 2 reasons why people choose to click on a video is the title and the thumbnail are showing that it's going to either be entertaining or it's going to be answering a question that they have. And when you're doing a thumbnail, you always want to include a title, so some sort of text about what the video is about, and then either a smiling face, confused face, shocked face. Do whatever that emotion that's going to match what the video is about. And the cool thing is, if you are not super graphical, you can get this all done on the YouTube platform using that TubeBuddy extension. If you are a brick and mortar and you have a location and you have a Google My Business page that's linked to an address, you want to make sure that you're doing your location tag. Anytime someone is searching your location, we want your videos to populate. End screens. End screens is this first example here. End screens are elements that are in the last 20 seconds of a video, and it's going to encourage people to watch more of your content and once you're a part of the YouTube Partner Program, you can encourage people to go straight to your website. And so you can see here, this is a recommendation for a video. And the recommendation for that is if you're posting videos regularly, and I mean once a week as a minimum, then you're going to want to select the most recent upload to show. If you do not post regularly, you'll want to select the best for viewer option. So YouTube will look at the viewer's search history, and then the algorithm will select out of your content what they think the next best video would be. And so make sure that you are putting in those either links to a video or link to a playlist when you're using end screens. That is the one requirement. And then you always want to make sure that you are linking to a subscription button that's going to take on the image of your profile picture. And then again, once you're part of that YouTube Partner Program, we want to make sure that we are linking right to our website. Cards are very, very similar to end screens. They take on this little eye icon on the top right-hand corner, and those are links that you could put out throughout the video. So end screens, you are limited to that last 20 seconds, cards, anywhere. And so if you are doing a video within a series, let's say you're on video 2, within that first 10 to 15 seconds, we'd want to have a card, did you watch video 1? When we're doing equipment recommendations, like this one here, this collapsible green screen that I'm currently using, we had a link to our equipment page to purchase the green screen. And so we were able to put that within the first minute of the video of, are you ready to buy your green screen? And so being a part of the YouTube Partner Program is so powerful for businesses because we're able to link directly to our websites. And then we have transcription. So transcriptions are the little CC box, so the closed captions. Google and YouTube are already going to transcribe all your videos. They do that for the hard of hearing, as well as indexing all that content within the transcription. And so you want to make sure that your name is spelled correctly, your business name, and that is aesthetically correct with periods and punctuations. So that way it is easy to read along. And then last but surely not least is playlist placement. Every single video you produce should be placed in as many playlists as appropriate. So for example, if it was a review video, not only should it be in a catch-all playlist of your business name, but it should also be put on your business name reviews playlist. And all these playlists are also going to have descriptions attached to them. So now, not only do you have an opportunity for the video to get found by itself, the video chapters can get found, and then also for the playlist. So this one piece of content now has all these opportunities to get popped up and shown to people who are looking for your solutions. And so what are the types of videos you put on YouTube? Literally every type. First of all, we have our introductions. And I do say introductions because you don't want to overwhelm people. If you have multiple services and multiple products, you'll want to have individual introductions for those. These are your digital business cards. And so if you're looking to invest and really put more money behind a video, this is the type that you really want to, because you're going to sprinkle it everywhere. But then we have reviews and testimonials. Reviews and testimonials are things that you always want to keep top of mind. People love to get third-party validation. There want to be sites like Yelp in existence if we did not care about what other people experienced. And I don't know about you, but I don't think I've bought anything in a long, long time without looking at least a single review. And so getting video testimonials is really important. And then the majority of your social media video marketing campaigns are going to be these. These are SSMEs, so search and subject matter expert videos. We want to educate people on what is it that you do, the solutions you provide, and just be of value. Value is the new viral. And so any definitions, any trends, any do's and don'ts, those are all really great topics to do that you can regularly post. And then you do not want to forget about YouTube Shorts. So YouTube Shorts are the vertical videos. And this is where the strategy of having a horizontal video is so big, because you can have a 3 to 5 minute horizontal video or a full hour presentation that you then trim out these 60-second or 15 to 60-second pieces to then be vertical and have as shorts. Currently, there's about 15 billion YouTube shorts viewed daily. And so you want to make sure that you are posting daily if you're able to. That's actually what the algorithm says. They like to see one long form post a week followed by daily shorts. And what these shorts are going to be is it's going to be, the clips of your full video, announcements, or any random fun. You're going to really notice that random fun is always recommended because people like to laugh and smile. And when posting these, I would advise using your phone to post because currently it's the only way to select a custom thumbnail. If you saw when I first went onto this page that we had here, this was a thumbnail. And so you can only select these thumbnails when you are doing a mobile upload. It may look like you're able to do it on a desktop, but trust me, it's not going to actually show that thumbnail if you do this all on a desktop. So use the mobile app, upload mobilely on the phone, and then you can click on that little pencil icon to then select the frame where you want to have your cover image and your thumbnail. So you also have to make sure that somewhere within the video is a frame that you want to use for your thumbnail. Okay. So that is YouTube and super duper important. Next, we're going to talk a bit about Pinterest. So Pinterest was not on my roadmap last year, but after doing some statistics and some research on these statistics, I had to include Pinterest. There is 522 million active users, with Gen Z being the largest demographic. So again, thinking about that worksheet and what we started with the questions in the beginning, who is your target audience and what is their age? And also perhaps, what is their gender? This is a very women-dominated platform. But the really interesting part here is that Pinterest reaches 40% of US households with an annual income of over 150,000. Granted, 150,000 doesn't stretch as far as it used to, but there is still, some extra income in order to buy things. And that's really what Pinterest is all about. Pinterest is a planning site. And so all the people that are on Pinterest are planning something. I personally use Pinterest to help plan my wedding that I had in my own backyard, to help plan for my first nursery for my son. And so Pinterest is a place where you build boards, you build plans, and you save things that you're going to want to call back on for that plan. And so if you are a B2C business, you really want to consider Pinterest. And when you're uploading a video, it can be a square, that is fine, or it can be a vertical video. This is where I really want you to be strategic on how to leverage your content. We already discussed the importance of using YouTube and posting YouTube shorts, which are vertical. Why spend the time to make a square when we can also upload a vertical here? So leverage what you already have, use what you've got, and you have a vertical already. So go ahead and you would upload that vertical. And ideally you're around that 4 to 15 second mark. Really think commercial, to the point. Tease them, give them a little bit of information, make them click to continue on. However, your videos can be as long as 5 minutes long. And so keep users and SEO in mind when you're writing scripts, as well as when you are doing your descriptions. Keep users and SEO in mind. Now, this doesn't need to be a 2,000 character long description. I would say closer to 150 words. Then we want to link back to your blog. So this is really where Pinterest is so valuable, is leveraging already your blog strategy. And so if you have a blog, you now want to make sure that you're creating a video summary of your blog. Then take that video summary, pinpoint the best 15 seconds, and use that on Pinterest. Use that to attract people, to let them know a little bit of information and encourage them to take action. Click on that link and visit your page. And then you could say which category this content is. So boards in Pinterest are categories. And so is it a how to decor your house to sell, or is it steps to know before you buy a house, or and anything of that sort. I've really seen a mix of B2B and B2C content, but B2C businesses on Pinterest are definitely seeing the most success. And then add any keywords to your tags. And then also if you have products, so if you have a, $150 or less price pointed product that you can upload to Pinterest, you can actually sell directly through the platform. And so what types of videos should you really be posting on this? Again, these are going to be your quick quick tips and testimonial sound bites, any kind of teasers or commercials. What are those, intriguing points that are going to get people to go to the blog to learn more information? And again, although I have seen B2B content on there, B2C businesses are getting the most benefit by using Pinterest. And this is one where I would advise using a computer to post. It's just a bigger screen, and there isn't a benefit of using a mobile platform for this one. Okay, we're going to go at that little blob, believe it or not, is actually a platform. It is Patreon. Patreon was created by YouTube users who were getting a little annoyed on how the pay structure was working with all the ads and such. And so they decided to create this platform, which is a membership-based platform where people can choose to support creators they want to connect with. You're going to find things on here like trainings and courses, so it's similar to a Coursera, to anime, videos and things of that sort, where you could support and almost have it like a new streaming site. And so as you can see, again, you could choose your various membership plans. I would advise, although I do personally love the Cheesecake Factory, don't be a Cheesecake Factory. Choose like 3 options, 3 different tiers. Maybe a $1, like thanks for supporting tier, some sort of middle price tier, and then a higher tier where perhaps people could get more one-to-one access to you. You can also use your RSS feed to link your podcast and audio. You can sync with Spotify. And you can upload your videos directly to Patreon, or you can utilize Vimeo or YouTube in order to embed your videos, and then you won't have to worry about the storage. And so the types of videos, again, that you're going to find on this platform are educational and training videos. So if someone wants to learn how to become a chef, they could then be a member of a chef platform, where then every week or every so, they are given recipes in order to follow. Entertainment, I definitely see a lot of entertainment on here between, like I said, a lot of anime characters and other story-based content. But it is also very good for B2B because of the educational aspect and the training aspect. And I would advise using your computer again to post for this, because there's just no extra benefit for using the mobile platform. And I am going to be moving a little quick because there's still quite a few platforms to go through. So again, make sure you post any questions you may have. So here we have is X, formerly known as Twitter. And who still uses it? Because I was kind of like, oh, wow, is it still going to be alive? And yes, it's still alive and well. There's still 600 million monthly active users, with 1 in every 5 user being from the United States. It's a slightly more male-dominated platform, and people are still spending a little over a half hour a day on the platform. This is great for B2B and B2C. It's a soundbite news type platform. So like what's happening and what's going on. Oh, look, we still have someone using X. So there we go. And so, there are still many people that are still using X, and you want to post the vertical videos on there with a max of 2 minutes and 20 seconds. But ideally think more of that like teaser, short commercial sound bites, so like 15 seconds long. And these can be anything that's informative. So if you can do a quick tip, again, values the new viral. Anything entertaining, people always love to be entertained, commercial or announcements and happenings. Again, X is a very much of, we're going to be at this XYZ Expo, and this is happening now, and that's happening. So any kind of happenings and updates that you can share, use X to do that if your demographic is on X. So with that said, we have to talk about Blue Sky. Blue Sky is the alternative to X. And so for those who, don't agree with Elon Musk and are not on that side of the aisle have been moving over to Blue Sky. And so if you've been wondering, hey, where's all my followers on X, or where's all my target demographic on X? Potentially, with their psychographics, they might have moved to Blue Sky. So at the moment, Blue Sky only has 26 million users, but half of the traffic is through the United States. And 50% of users only have one follower. So don't worry if you don't have many followers yet. Similar to X, it is actually more of a male dominated platform with the average time spent. So this is per session, just a minute, 24 seconds. So we do want to, again, be very quick, very soundbitey, and still just sharing, what is it that you do? And I love the comment in the chat that they mentioned that they are using X. So please comment when we're talking about these platforms. Are you currently using it? So are you currently using Blue Sky? Feel free to go ahead and post that. And Blue Sky, just like X, is good for B2B and B2C. It's what's happening, what's going on. Is there a special? Is there an announcement? Is there something newsworthy? And so Blue Sky. Now we're going to go to my favorite, which is LinkedIn. LinkedIn is by far my favorite as a B2B business. And so if you are B2B, you need to be using LinkedIn. And please go ahead and say in the chat whether or not you're currently using LinkedIn. But here is currently using LinkedIn, 1 billion worldwide users, with 76.8 million being Americans. And many people feel that LinkedIn is a job hunting platform, but that is so not true. 4 out of every 5 users on LinkedIn are business decision makers. 4 out of every 5 user is a C-suite or a business owner or entrepreneur who is making the business decisions. And so if you are a B2B business who needs to connect with business decision makers, you need to be on LinkedIn. Also, 54% of LinkedIn users have an income of over 100,000. And so they may have some disposable income, but more importantly, the mindset of people on LinkedIn are business minded. And so they will put the investment into your solutions if it's going to help their bottom line. So what types of videos should you be posting on LinkedIn? Again, value is the new viral. And so share value, share information that people could truly use and run with. And I know sometimes people get afraid of sharing too much, but no, that is never the case. You can give people a full blueprint on how to build a house. They're very not likely to build a house themselves. And so, but instead, they're going to go to the person who gave them the blueprint to build the house and trust them to help them build that house because you've already built that trust online. If you're someone who does podcasts like myself, Tales with Taylor, you want to post your podcast clips. Although you are able to upload videos through your desktop that are up to 15 minutes long, or if you use your mobile app, it can be 10 minutes long. Still, think what are those 60-second little sound bites that you could post? And if you've noticed on your LinkedIn app, there is now a video button at the very bottom. So they now have a watch page on there. And so LinkedIn is wanting more video content. Yes, you could totally do the direct sales. We need to remind people what we do, but we typically recommend a cadence of 80% value, 20% sales. All right. And so the types of videos to post, they will obtain and upload and share any kind of aspect ratio. However, because of that new addition of that watch page in the mobile app, I highly, highly recommend that you only post vertical videos right now on LinkedIn because that's what's going to get favored. That's what's going to get shown. And then I would advise using a computer to post. And so when you are posting, you're going to see that there's that CC button for all the platforms other than YouTube. So all the platforms other than YouTube, you always want to make sure that you are hard coding your closed captions in your editor. So that means you are putting in the editing software each word that you are saying, because 80% of the people on these platforms are watching videos on silent. And so that means that when they're on the wall, they want to scroll, they want to be able to read along, and they need to be able to say, oh, I do want to click and hear this video, or they just read along. And so if you are not super tech savvy and we're not able to get your closed captions put into the video, Good thing you already took the time to do the video SEO on YouTube, because you'll be able to take that corrected closed caption, download the closed caption file, convert it to an SRT file, and then upload that SRT file to your LinkedIn upload. And then LinkedIn will automatically take that file, paste it onto your videos. So then that way you have closed captions on your videos. Then go ahead, add a small comment. This does not need to be a 5,000 character comment, just something that lets people know what the video is about with a call to action. Again, we want to get people to make that next step, to go to our website, to call us, to schedule a consultation, and so forth. And so LinkedIn by far is my favorite. And if you are a B2B business, my recommendations are always YouTube and LinkedIn. If you want to add others, go for it, but you totally don't have to. Okay, next let's talk about Facebook. Facebook, you'll see, lives on the total opposite side of YouTube, because YouTube wants to be the leader of your attention, but Facebook also wants to be the leader of your attention. So never, ever, ever post a YouTube link into Facebook. For all these platforms, they have native uploaders. So use the native uploaders, don't use the third-party tools, upload to those particular platforms. And there are still a lot of people who are using Facebook. Facebook is still the third most visited website worldwide, but it is an older demographic. We are finding that it is seeping on the older side. And in addition to that, it's a lower income demographic. And so if your product is $50 or less, you could definitely give Facebook a try. If it's more than $50, we're going to talk about why you may want to use TikTok. And TikTok would be better for that higher price point. So again, it's all about being strategic of who is your target audience and then where are they spending their time. And so there are still people on Facebook. So if you are trying to connect with baby boomers or with lower income teens, consider Facebook. And you want to make sure, this is like straight up from the Meta Blueprint, you want to make sure that all of the videos you post are actual videos. Some people get so nervous about getting in front of a camera that they'll just post a bunch of photos and make it a carousel and be like, oh, hey, it's a video, but it's not an actual video. So you want to make sure that you're posting real videos. And these videos for the regular posts can be longer. So they can be 3 minutes or longer. And then you can utilize stories to post those shorts. And so again, think about leveraging what you've already have. And as I had already mentioned, all these platforms, you're watching videos on silent at first, and 80% of the viewers on those platforms actually don't even turn the sound on. So always design for the sound off. And so when you are using the Meta Business Suite, you can choose to upload to both Facebook and Instagram if you want. Add a video title, add a general post text. Again, this is like the 150 words. Again, you're going to want to put in a thumbnail, and lucky you, you already took the time to do the search engine optimization on YouTube, so you can just use that saved thumbnail to post here on Facebook. And then tags and collaborators throughout all these platforms. If there is ever someone that you were interviewing or that you had a delicious coffee from before recording, make sure you tag those people, because that's going to help you get in front of more people who don't already know you. And I would advise using your computer again to post. It's just a bigger screen. It's just easier to work with. And again, there's no added value of using your mobile desktop. So we mentioned Instagram a moment, so let's dive a little deeper into Instagram. So the average user has a household income of $75,000. So if you remember, Pinterest was about $150,000, so they definitely have more disposable income than the Instagram user. And so again, if that product is $50 or less, then we'd want to consider Instagram. Instagram is still a very B2C, business to consumer platform. And the types of videos that you're going to post on there, again, educational, insightful, reviews and testimonials, podcast clips, the occasional direct sales, and of course, all the fun. People love to see fun. And this, again, you're able to upload the landscape, but the vertical videos do perform the best. And this one, I actually would advise using either the Business Meta Suite on the Facebook with the desktop or posting with the app. The app definitely gives you a lot of tools if you wanted to add stickers to your videos or add extra elements to your videos. And if you ever see a platform like recommend, like, hey, do you want to add a sticker? Do you want to add a text? Or do you want to add music? Lean into those suggestions because the algorithm wants to see users use them and they're going to thank you for using their tools. So now we're going to take a moment to talk about Threads. Threads is Meta's version of X, Twitter, Blue Sky. And so if you are anti Elon Musk and if you aren't really into doing Blue Sky, you may want to consider Threads. The interface is exactly the same as Twitter. So much so, I'm pretty sure they were going through some sort of lawsuit there for a moment because the interface is so similar. And this is great, again, for B2C or B2B. And, really it's the same mindset as X and Blue Sky. It's those short, what's happening, little soundbite tips, and just like trying to connect with people and have dialogue on conversations. And at the moment, you do need to have an Instagram account in order to have a Threads account. So something to keep in mind, if your target audience isn't on Instagram, they're not going to be on Threads either. And just like everything, what to post, the educational, the insightful, the reviews and testimonials and podcast clips up to 5 minutes long. But again, that 15 to 30-second range is the best. And we would advise uploading your vertical videos, which you can use your desktop or mobile to post. Now we're going to talk about TikTok. So TikTok, I know a lot of people have still been a little hesitant, but this is from the TikTok news page. You can see that there was the, hey, January 17th, possible shutdown. Oh no, it might go away. And then 10 days later, because it was only gone for 15 hours, there wasn't even like an announcement of like, hey, we're back and good to go. It was just business as usual, introducing new resources in recognition of Holocaust Remembrance Day. And at the very top of the page, you'll see that, facts matter, how TikTok protects US data. So business as usual. I would not get overly worried that TikTok's going to go away. And if you are a B2C business, and especially if you have products that can be purchased and shipped, I highly suggest you consider TikTok. It's amazing how much people are active on TikTok. And, it's amazing how much money processes through TikTok. So, last year alone, $30 billion went through TikTok, with $9 billion just coming from the United States. Every time I am at a baseball practice for my son, I am hearing the moms comment something that they purchased on TikTok. And for teens, they use TikTok daily, 2 out of 3 teens. And so it's a demographic that's getting older, like every single platform. It always starts really young, that the parents join and other people join. And so it's becoming an older demographic, but a demographic of shoppers. Users are 1.4 times more likely to buy a tech product in the next 8 months. And then Gen Z to say they are 1.8 times more motivated to shop when they're on that platform. And so again, if you are a B2C business with a product that you can ship and sell, really consider TikTok. These are going to be your vertical videos. And again, you want to think short tips, short commercials. So, 10-second long, 15-second long commercials. And Lemon 8, just very quickly, Lemon 8 is like if Pinterest and TikTok got married and had a little app baby. And so it's owned by the same company as TikTok and did get pulled when TikTok was pulled for those 15 hours. But the popularity began to grow when they weren't sure if it was going to get bundled in with the TikTok takedown. At the moment, there's 1 million active daily users in the United States, with Gen Z being the majority of that group. And so really, if you are a B2C or B2B business that likes that idea of a Pinterest and TikTok together, you may want to consider Lemon 8. Really fast, I'm going to talk about Scoops. So the reason why it's hidden there in the cactus is because honestly, I'm probably not going to have it when I redo this course in Q3. But this is just a really good topic to keep in mind. When TikTok was getting ready to get taken down, Scoops was in the top 10 of app downloads. And this is a tip. Every 60 to 90 days, go to your app store, go to your Play Store, see what are the top chart downloads and get a pulse on what's coming. Well, when we thought TikTok wasn't going to come back, Scoops was on the rise. It was, like I said, in the top 10 of downloads. When I checked on this again, post TikTok being back, it dropped all the way down to 50. I checked last night just to see, it's now like 115th or so. And so it is going down in popularity because TikTok is still #1 now. TikTok is here and alive. And the reason why I kept this on here though is to have that conversation about keep your pulse on what's going on and then experiment. So although this is sitting at, 115th right now, and me personally, I don't really love the app, you may want to test things and just see if it works for your demographic and your business. Scoops is trying to be your local events and news platform where there was complete garbage, I would say, of people posting random things in their neighborhood to actual news station putting clips from their news segments on there. And so I'm not telling you to go on Scoops. I'm just telling you to be aware of what's out there by checking your Play Store and app stores regularly. And one thing that I did see by doing that was Whatnot. Now, Whatnot is something to pay attention to. If you are a B2C business with actual products, so not digital products, but with actual products, you want to consider Whatnot. It is your personal QVC platform where you are able to sell your products. It can be a buy now feature, but the biggest thing is kind of that QVC feel to do live shows. This is the 14th most used e-commerce site in the United States. It was like next to Nordstrom Rack the last time I checked. And just last month, there was 7.6 million visits. And so it's a very, very cool platform where not only can people make good money, but also you can get some great deals. And so if you are a shopper who likes deals, check out Whatnot. And as I mentioned with Whatnot, it's about going live, and fortune favors the bold when you go live. When you go live on platforms, on average, you're going to get 3 times the views with 10 times the engagements. And in general, as we come to a close, these are the best practices. You want to make sure that your profile is graphically and content-wise looking its best and looking cohesive. We don't want to have different brand colors for different platforms. Use the power of the tag. Once again, if you are interviewing someone, if you had a fabulous meal or a fabulous coffee right beforehand, tag those people that helped make that post happen. So then they're more likely to see it, comment on it, and get more viewers on your content. And then stay consistent. Schedule ahead. All these platforms have native schedulers, so you can upload your video, schedule it to post, a week later, and always stay ahead of schedule. I always advise that you want to plan pre-production day or a pre-production session for an hour or so, a production day where you're capturing at least 5 to 6 videos. So at the minimum, when you're posting once a week, you have over a month of content. So then within the next month, record another 5 to 6, and you can always stay ahead of schedule. And then lastly, you've heard me say this so many times, repurpose your content, leverage what you have. When you have a full YouTube video, use that full length video also for Facebook, and then use those shorts for your LinkedIn or for whichever platform you are also posting to that wants that vertical. And so at this point, you should be able to complete the rest of this worksheet. You should be able to have an idea of the ideal platform for your client demographic. And literally everyone should have YouTube listed first, and then what other platforms. And then what type of content are you going to be producing? I surely hope there's some SSME, some search and subject matter expert videos on there. And so what are you getting hand cramps, retyping every email? Or what do you feel like a broken record, re-saying in your phone calls for your customer service calls? Go ahead and make those videos. People retain more information in a video, 95% of information in a video, comparative to only 20% when heard and 10% when read. And so we want to make sure that we are sharing our information in a way that people are going to retain it. And then I want you to make a declaration to yourself. I believe it's not real unless it's written down. And so write down that you're going to do this. Write down that you declare from this date, so say the date, that I will be consistent with my video marketing and will post on, name the platforms and the consistency. Are you going to do it once a week, 3 times a week? Just declare what you're going to do. Start small and just add on as you're able to. And then in order to share my knowledge and help more people with, what problem do you solve? Always keep that top of mind. But you are here to provide solutions. So what problems are you solving and how can we use video marketing? And that is a close for our presentation today. I see we have a couple of questions, so let me get to those questions. With first question we have here. With modest budget, can you recommend a setup of making these videos? Well, that's with video marketing. It could be very, very inexpensive to extremely expensive. And so really always think about the end in mind. What is it that you want the video to be? Do you want it to be a 3D animation of character, or are you just providing content? This, through Zoom, I use a green screen to put in a graphic. I now have a branded background. You can see for the microphone I'm using, this particular mic's like less than $100. And so for our clients, yeah, the setup is using probably $1 million worth of equipment almost. However, when you're first starting with video marketing, the content is what's going to, be the most important. And so use Zoom, use what you have in order to create videos. And then, delegate what you don't like. And so if you don't like doing editing, you may want to have a budget and delegate that out. And so it's a little hard to say, you need $5,000 to make a video. It's really more about like taking the time to write the content and then think about that end in mind. And, it's amazing of what can be done with even a shoestring budget. Tammy, how do I feel about Substack? I am super not familiar with it. I follow someone that's using it, but I don't know. Robert, can you speak on Substack a bit?
So I don't know much about Substack, but it's a Patreon type thing where you can sign up and follow people. But I think it's more written content than video content. I think it's it's gaining some popularity, but I believe it's more written content.
And thank you. I was just told that my QR code apparently isn't working at the moment. So I will just put on here where it should have went, just connect@financialpotion.com. So that's just our link tree. So if you want to stay connected with us on, whatever your favorite platform is or get free content, go ahead and connect me there. And then let's see here. What is the best way to get started creating videos? Like Nike says, just do it. So yes, I always say plan a scripting day. Even have like a Google Drive folder of sorts that you can just start writing in content, because again, you're going to want to think about, what are the problems you're solving? That is really the biggest thing, is like, what problems are you solving? And so go ahead and start writing down all those different types of topics. I still have a document that I will just regularly write down topics on. So write those down and then plan a production day. If you feel like you need to practice, sure, but I really feel like just recording it and getting some good game tape is the best way to practice. And then you can, if you want to review your videos, review them, see what you can do to improve. Then you just want to edit, upload, search engine optimize, and post. And so that would be the best way, is just to do it, script it, and trust me, even if you don't have access to a teleprompter, taking the time to script your video is going to organize your thoughts, organize your mind, and also help you save time when you're doing the video SEO and the posting, because you already have that script. It's going to help you with your description. So Substack does allow video, apparently. Like I said, I'm not super familiar with it. I follow one person who uses it. And it's one of those things where if you follow me, you're going to see, like I said, come Q3, this roadmap's going to be totally different, because platforms are always changing. The demographics of the people using the platforms are always changing. And so that's why we regularly update this roadmap. And so, yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, Taylor. We are right at time. Perfect timing. Great questions, everybody. Thank you for sharing those questions and participating in today's session. We want to thank everybody for joining us today. We hope you found value in this, and like Taylor said, start today, make that date. Hopefully you got some takeaways that you can go back and apply immediately. I believe it's a great session. We hope everybody has a great week, and we hope to see you next Tuesday for our next boot camp session. Until then, again, have a great week. Enjoy the weather. We might get some rain, so hopefully we get some rain and some snow in the northern countries because we all need it. But until then, we'll see you next week. Have a great day.
Thank you all for being here.